Are you okay?
It smells like Old Spice.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. This is tire lube, and it smells like Old Spice. Smell this.
Oh, it does. It smells like the Old Spice body wash.
That's what I'm saying. Protects against bead damage, yeah. Easier and faster, I hope so. God, that's bright. So as you saw in the last couple videos, we're getting this Wrangler pretty much outfitted right. This thing looks sharp, it looks killer. A lot of you said it looks like a G-Wagon. That's honestly not what I was going for, but I see the resemblance and I like what you guys are going for. So if you're thinking that this is a G-Wagon look, we're gonna call it a G-Wagon look and go with it because we're gonna make it happen. I saw a lot of requests to paint this green, and that's kind of the plan now that I think about it, because then it'll really pull the whole rear end together. This will be green. I was gonna paint these green. These are still up in the air whether they're going green or gloss black, but I may leave those green. And then the fender flares, that's kind of where we're at right now. It's if I decide to make them a two-stage process and paint the tops gecko and then the trim gloss black, but also leave some of the matte black accents, just like these wheels we're about to mount for this. How they're two-tone, they're flat and gloss. So I'm like trying to pull that together on the Wrangler the best way possible. It's actually quite difficult. But if we went and got the fenders and bumpers done now, it pretty much would push us back because there's some stuff we need to do, like get this Jeep ready to be lifted. All this stuff here needs mounted, and we also have the lift kit. After these are mounted, we'll actually break the lift kit out and I'll show you what we need to do. My dumb ass ordered a right-hand drive Jeep. I just like building things and being able to drive something that literally no one else has. Like one of one, honestly can't replicate it easily. So with it being a right-hand drive Jeep, there are 0 lift kits available. A lot of you in the comments, you comment warriors. First of all, thank you to all of you who have been trying to beat the algorithm. I think we had like 400 comments on the last 2 videos. If we can make that 1,000, I know there's a lot of you. Need about 600 more of you to get interactive down there, but if we can get 1,000 comments on this video, positivity, whatever it be, comments on this, comments on my builds, let me know in the comments below. But we can get this to like 1,000 comments, 1,000 likes. Also, like button, hit it now. It dances and shoots confetti. I'm not trying to yank your chain. It actually does that. Try that out. There's gonna be a lot of people in the comments who be like, oh, it's just springs and this and it should fit. In theory, yes. 2-inch lift, 2.5-inch lift in these Wranglers. It's either, the puck or it's springs and shocks, and that's it. Everything pretty much stays the same. Jeeps are made to do that. But at the height we're doing, 4 inches to clear these 36 1450s on the 24x14s. It's springs, shocks, brackets, track bar bracket, not long arms, but short arms, all 8 arms, new. Rear sway bar, what else? We've got a track bar, I probably already said that, but pretty much in the rear though, it comes with a track bar and a track bar bracket. When we get to that, I'll show you why this Jeep is actually different, because the right-hand drive Wrangler is the only Wrangler that comes with these axles, and we'll show you that a little bit later in this video after we get these mounted, because I'll show you the differences in what we need to actually fabricate and modify our lift kit to work on this, because 0 lift kits available and nobody's lifted a 2021 right-hand drive Wrangler yet. But we will. And if they have and I missed it and it's on the internet, tag me but no one's lifted it 4 inches. Right-hand drive, I assure you that. We're gonna be the first. So if you guys are doing this, be mindful. I think it's 2007 and up, all vehicles have TPMS sensors. Could be off on the year. Regardless, if it's newer, definitely has TPMS sensors in it. A lot of people go aftermarket and skip it, and then they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't like the dash light. I know you could turn it off, but it is quite useful to know what temperature, what PSI all your tires are at, regardless of their size, whether they're mud tires or not. If you were able to do it yourself, you could save some money by reusing the factory ones. Quite cake, like I said, break the bead. It's like a T10. You take the factory screw out. Now, as you guys, I don't know where it went. That was in my pocket, but regardless, a new valve stem, every time you take a TPMS sensor out or mount new wheels, new valve stems. Don't reuse valve stems, even if you dismount a tire. It's good to replace it. They're cheap, and while you're in there, you might as well do that, because if this starts leaking over time, cracks, degrades, that's a problem. So while it's off, you might as well put a new one in there. It's cheap anyway. But also, new TPMS valve stems, they're keyed, so these fit in here. And then they come with a brand new screw. Always use the new screw, the new valve stem, and you shouldn't have any issues. As you guys can see already, we're building a Wrangler that's just out of the box, a 24x14 on a Jeep pattern. It's a -76 offset on a Jeep, which is ridiculous. Obviously, it's got a two-tone finish, but there's a part number and stuff. If you guys like these wheels, whether it's for a Wrangler or a truck, I know a lot of you were like, yo, those wheels are sick. Yeah, I like finding things that are unique, different, stuff people haven't seen on the market before, and will actually turn your vehicle into something pretty dope. And then obviously we're throwing the Versatire 36 1450 R24 on here. No stretch. There's tire, obviously it's a 14 wide wheel and a 1450 tire, so we get about a 1/4 inch each side of the wheel lip. That's what we're going for. We don't like any stretch, especially on a Wrangler, even a mall crawler. Curbs, not our friend. So we're gonna get these mounted, but I wanna show you something pretty interesting with these HD Pro wheels. As you guys can see here, we got our tire sensor mounted. Now, I've mounted so many sets of wheels, and even from 20x9s, 20x10s, 22s, 24s, 26s. I have yet to see a wide offset wheel that is a normal mount, non-reverse. Usually wheels with this offset, they're a reverse mount, which means this wheel, the face gets, clamped down here, put down, and your drop center, which is right here. This is how the tire enters this wheel, because obviously a 24-inch bead is as big as the wheel is, but the only way to get it on is to make the wheel smaller so it can fit over this side and then come over and fit over this side. So I don't know why, but for some reason on this super wide offset wheel, it's a normal mount and your drop center is on top, which kind of cool, because putting the tire on, your face isn't clamped. But I just kind of want to point that out on these HD Pros that, your face won't be clamped when they're mounting your tires. So extra protection. I don't know what constitutes making a reverse mount or not in the design world, but I like that it's not. And one more thing, I know you guys want to see me work, and you want to see these mounted, but a lot of the things of recent, like you guys have been asking, where's the paint booth? Where's this? Where's that? I just want to show you guys that you don't need everything that I've kind of accumulated to make these videos and my builds the way they are. I've bought a lot of these tools to make my job easier and me save money in the long run. But I try to show you guys that you don't need everything specific to get the job done. Like right now, like I said, the tire wax paste, whatever, it's messy. This stuff, put it on, tire will slip on, it dries, no mess. That's why I like the lube. But you can get a tire brush and stuff, but I'm gonna show you today, you can literally use a microfiber. And I mean, technically you don't even need the machine to mount tires. Please don't take that as actual advice. You should always have your tires mounted by somebody who knows what they're doing. But if you're feeling frisky, you don't really even need a machine to do it. Like I said, you don't always need the best of the best to put out the best of the best. That's kind of my whole spiel with this channel and builds in general. I want to inspire you guys to just do amazing things with simple things, because it can be done. So let's get these mounted. I know you guys are excited. I am too. Been waiting a minute for this. Excited as you to get that wheel put up next to the Wrangler, but I'm gonna hold out, keep my own excitement. We did the spare first, so I'm gonna show you guys how to extend this. If you got a Wrangler, do whatever. This is kind of the go-to. Most relocation brackets, I think Rubicons, Sahara, so the bumper we have will be fine, and we shouldn't need a relocation. I'm gonna just kind of see. It's a 36. It's in between, obviously, the 35 and the 37. 35 will fit stock. On this with the bumper cutout. On a Sport, you get close with the 35, that's for sure. Either or, whether you do a tire that'll fit the bumper or not, this will get covered. I know a lot of you be like, delete it, delete it. Again, OEM look here, we're going for the whole thing. So I still think I'm gonna paint this, but I'm gonna show you guys how to extend this. Kind of how they designed it. Find that the long screw is in the bottom spot. All your short screws are right here. Plastic will kind of just come off. Back here, you'll notice when you take this cover off, or well, the front of this, you'll see the harness run in here. And it's pretty much got this foam tape here, and it runs around these screw holes. Well, all you really have to do to make this thing work, you'll just untape it and stick it on the other side of the screw holes. And look at that, you've got an extra, oh, what do you know? How it was designed here. When bolting this back in, like I said, be mindful, this harness does come right here. So make sure you run it up accordingly. Back here again, and there you have it. And then this wire here can tuck right in the back again. All right guys, and just like that, you lifted your third brake light. The other thing I want to do is, because this wheel and tire setup is going to be quite heavy, I do want to get the Mopar bracket that goes here, and I'll actually connect this to the spare tire mount, give it some more support. That's how I build everything. Same thing with my green truck. Peace of mind. 625 head studs, just so you don't have to worry about it. That's all. But it'll be like 200 bucks, and then we'll either powder coat it or paint it green. But let's throw this wheel up here and kind of see where we're at. This thing is large, and it's not so much large as in tire because it's a 36. Like I said, it's between a 37 and a 35. It's stupid wide, but this 24 on the back of a Wrangler looks quite ridiculous. It takes up the whole thing. I kind of like where this is at. I can still see out the back window. I'm hoping we can clear the bumper because, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't. But with the offset we have going, we might clear it just fine. So I might hold off on the spare tire relocation at the moment, but I'm definitely gonna order the Mopar like hinge carrier. Honestly, you could get away with this for probably 3, 4, 5 years before the hinges start making any noise or whatever. But watch closely. I don't know if you guys can see this, but watch the door as I open it. I don't know if you saw it drop or not, but it kind of comes off the hinges and folds down just a bit. Yeah, it'll give us a little support back here. Like I said, the amount of times you go in and out of your trunk, especially when we're done and there's like audio and stuff back here, you almost probably don't need it, but just something to keep in mind if you're doing something heavy, wide, big, whatever, whether it's actually offset like this or you're doing like a 17 on a 40 or a 37 and you want the factory look. So just something to keep in mind, you know, as you're going through this process as well. I know this is what you all want to see. I showed you the wheel on the Jeep with no tire and no fenders. We're gonna put a mounted wheel and tire, and I really don't want to do this because it's going to show you guys all of it, kind of, and not really give you, or I don't know if it'll make you more excited or less excited for the final reveal of this thing. But I want to see this thing on here because I haven't seen 24x14s on a Wrangler in what I don't even know how long or ever in person. There's a Jeep we pass on the way here every day at somebody's house. And probably a 2-inch lift, 35s, and maybe 20x10s, maybe 12s. It's chunky, it looks good. But this is stupid. This right here, that's mad wide. Obviously, this ain't a 1250, so take 2 inches off. This ain't 1250. This is like 14 on a 14 wide, negative 76. Jeep Wrangler. Let's see how wide this thing actually will be. Are you still recording?
Yep, because I just looked up.
Are you recording?
God, yeah.
Okay. I didn't look yet. I'm gonna put it on the ground.
Oh.
All right, guys, I'm gonna see this for the first time. Ooh, I'm kind of scared, but kind of excited. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, my. Oh, that's gonna look so good. And it sucks. It sucks because you don't even get the full effect because we're tucking right now. There's no lift on this. And I might even throw the fender up here just to see, but like, oh man, is that wide. Holy cow. That's nice. That's honestly nice. Oh, guys. Okay, from the front, completely different than in the rear. This thing going down the road may take up an entire lane. Oh my God. Holy cow. Literally, look at this. From the back, this whole thing is like outside. Obviously, there's no fender and no bumper, and the bumper will come around to here. Let me go get a fender and just throw it on, but regardless of that fact, this, on that side too, that's big wide. That's awesome. Just kind of want to. factory TPMS in them. Honestly, regardless of the wheel size, they should read just fine. But I think when this thing's all lifted sometime next week or, you know, next weekend, I think that's the time to put all these on. The lug nuts you saw me put on, no, and I don't want to do spikes. I really don't like spikes. Yeah, this thing's gonna be wide. I'm super happy with this wheel choice, tire setup, all of it. One thing interesting though, it's so wide, I'm hoping it clears. But I got a little trick for that on the lift kit as well, you'll see. And then my decision has been made because I didn't know if I was doing gloss black or green, but I'm gonna pop these off. Those are going gecko 100%, and this whole rear end will kind of pull together with that bumper. And we showed you with those taillights running, this thing's gonna have a hot ass. It is. It's gonna look so good. I see a lot of you in the comment section waiting and waiting. Actually, Ashley pointed out, I really didn't see it, but she saw it. The oven. A lot of you are interested in finally seeing the oven go to use, and yes, you will. This is probably the first build you will see us be 100% self-sufficient on. That's what I've worked forever for, is to do everything I want to a vehicle myself. So finally being able to get to do that will be awesome. And you guys will see that all right here. Pretty much everything and anything we need powder coated now, it can be done. It's a nice day, and obviously you guys know, if you don't know by now, our Wrangler is a little special. The steering wheel is obviously on the other side, and that proposes a lot of issues that nobody thinks of. Because the engine bay is different, I've actually read that you can't put a snorkel on it. Not that I'm going to, but I'm just saying if you were on that, you couldn't put a snorkel on it, even though I feel like the right-hand drive is like a off-road safari Jeep. But just weird things don't fit, including all, yes, well, not all, but lift kits, actual lift kits. I'm not talking about the 2-inch ones. Here are all the main suspension components that come in the Veltec 4-inch lift. There's one thing that will not fit because of something different on these Jeeps. It's this track bar bracket. The way it hugs the axle in a normal like left-hand drive Wrangler is it hugs the axle down on this side. Obviously, bolt here, drill a hole, bolt here, and your your track bar bolts in up here instead of down here where it normally does. Well, on this Jeep, everything is reversed. Just because the wheel's on the other side, doesn't mean everything else is the same. So here's the rear axle of a right-hand drive Jeep. As you can see, this doesn't actually belong here on the left-hand drives. This goes over there. And because this is over here, this bracket does not fit. The way it hooks around the axle is backwards. Pretty much this piece needs to be over here. Everything needs to be flopped. And here is the front axle of a right-hand drive Wrangler. First of all, your drag link is right here, your pitman arm on this side, steering box obviously on this side, and then your track bar mounts to the frame on this side of your Wrangler, not over here. So like I said, everything is backwards. The front will be okay because this is just a track bar replacement. You get a adjustable one, but in the rear it comes with an adjustable track bar and the bracket to get the length absolutely perfect. And obviously all the rest of this will be fine up here. But in the rear, because we need that track bar bracket, it will not bolt up. So with that being said, Ashley actually found a track bar bracket for a right-hand drive, which to me is very, very confusing. JL2, Teraflex makes it. The one like European website I found didn't have it in stock. The other website from like Northridge 4x4, they said it was in stock. I decided to overnight it. I'm actually gonna see, I have full faith that because the part is so random and rare, and it's gotta be one of the first 3 of them because not many people lift these. There was a picture of one installed on a right-hand drive. Like, I'm pretty sure that was Teraflex testing, but the Teraflex website also does not even show the part exists. And it's right now, it's Sunday, Teraflex is closed. I could call them tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. I ordered it, overnighted it. Hopefully it's here in a couple days. We can get everything sandblasted, powder coated, and put on. I did order a right-hand drive bracket because what I was gonna do is actually sit there and cut it all up and re-weld it backwards. But considering I found one for like $100. It's really not worth the 4 or 5, 6, 8 hours, whatever it's gonna take me to cut and measure and re-gap everything perfectly and do that. Yeah, so ordering one was definitely the move on that. So guys, unfortunately, like I said, I was gonna do some fapping, get that all worked up, but it's just not worth my time literally when there is one out there on the market. So I ordered it. It's, like I said, it's from Teraflex, and hopefully it's here very soon. But these things look super good, and I'm really excited to get them on. That's another thing I'm trying to figure out here really quick is I'm gonna do some research of what tires people have put on their 2.0 turbos with the stock gearing. See how it handles, you know, on 37s, on 35s. These are 36s, but I'm gonna handle both ways and obviously find the middle. If they say it's like, if like 90% of the people say it's sluggish now, I'm gonna order a set of gears and we'll throw them in. But yeah, I'm gonna do some research tonight on that, figure that out, because, you know, even in the last video, a lot of people asked me like, oh, how do you know how to do all this stuff? And my answer literally was YouTube videos. That's how I teach myself. I seriously go out there and like gearing, literally, there's so much information on this website. You guys don't even know. If literally anything you want to learn, it's on YouTube. You figure it out. People will teach you. There's instructional videos, the math behind gearing, all that. It's all over this website, which is truly amazing. That's why I love this website. I also want to find a set of diff covers for this guy, so it kind of really pulls it together. Get the fenders done and the bumpers done this week. Button all this stuff up, and like I said, we're just a few more things we're waiting on, get that lift kit on, and these are all ready to go. I didn't balance them yet, I need to. I gotta reclock the spring and the balancer so when the arm goes down, the safety matches and it allows it to spin. So if you enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down and click subscribe. Drop me a comment if you haven't already. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.